cheeky play onto the dock. Like, we saw how Wham could do it with the HRE. I don't know if the French economy is strong enough to match that, but if they do, a Hulk is a hell of a lot more impressive than a galley, even though it's more expensive. But we'll have to see. It's time. Time for the finals of the 1st July weekly. Let's get underway in Cauldron as B and MarineLorD pop in the pot.
And it's spawning in on the left side of the map. It is going to be MarineLorD playing as the French in blue. And on the right side, once again going for that central pond like he did in the previous 2 rounds on the same map with the same civilization, is B playing as the Delhi Sultanate in red.
Oh, what a surprise, Lidakor. I never could have predicted that B would do this. And looks like MarineLorD can, though. He instantly scouts it out, so the goose is cooked. No hidden detail to this strategy so far, but like we said, maybe there's something else in mind, because so far B has had a very kind of one-dimensional approach to this. Me like spears and me like fish.
So you're telling me that B is a little predictable over here, based on what we have seen from him in the previous rounds?
Doesn't sound right when you say it out loud with that player's name, does it?
Yeah, that is true. B is not someone that you would normally associate with being predictable, but looks like this map is a difference. MarineLorD now dropping a tower over here. We have seen that a tower by itself, it's not going to do much against the fishing ships. So this only works if you want to deny combat ships, which is something that's still far away, because we're, of course, still in Dark Age. Shifts out, though. Here comes B, trying to stop the tower. Oh, he's gonna get it.
Oh, the fishing boat. The fishing boat makes it good, though. And MarineLorD, maybe if you pulled both villages straight away, but instead he has to go for a more defensive outpost. Kind of annoying situation for him. He's gonna be delayed.
What does that outpost do? Like, genuinely, what does that outpost do for you if you're MarineLorD?
Wait, don't you just win if you build outposts? I thought that's how Age of Empires works.
Well, it depends on where you build those outposts, mostly. Like, if you can do it all around the enemy base, you usually do win, yes.
Alright, hear me out, hear me out. New game mode, okay? A new tournament format. We're going to have one of those timer type things we had for the show match. It's called Age of Outposts, and the way it works is whoever has more outposts after 40 minutes wins.
Makes me feel like a wonder race, you know? Those settings where the person with the best wonder timing wins. The person who reaches 200 towers first with full bombard emplacement wins.
Yeah, but, like, I'm giving you 40 minutes. Getting 200 towers with bombard, like, I don't even know how you're going to do that. Like, Lidakor, if I find you with like, if you're in my tournament in that situation, 40 minutes in, and you have 200 outposts that all have cannon emplacement upgrades, I'm going to check the logs for cheat codes, all right? We've got some, like, pepperoni
you can do that
coming out.
You clearly have not seen a single Mountain Pass game 4v4 that lasts for 4 hours with Mongol and Abbasid trade.
That's true, but we're talking 1v1s. Let's not be delusional here. You're not trading, okay? Wham isn't in this game. Unfortunately, folks, Wham was pipped to the post, but that is refreshing that we get to see B for a change of one of these finals, and I'm kind of excited to see how this is going to emerge now. 3.5 minutes in is where we can really start to see a little bit of deviation. MarineLorD has delayed his feudal by quite a bit, actually, with this build.
Yeah, the problem is that he is investing into a tower early. That was a Dark Age tower, so he had to do some lumberjacking for that. Not something that you normally do that much when you are playing fast feudal with the French. And, like, the problem here is that this tower is accomplishing nothing. So you have a bunch of walking time on those villagers, plus the tower itself. And, am I right? Wait, MarineLorD? What is he doing?
Wait, don't do trade.
He doesn't have food. He's lacking food.
Yeah. Why are we... MarineLorD, what are we doing here, buddy? Was he about... Oh, he was about to miss villager production. Whoops. Whoops.
Yeah, he had to cancel.
That's why the pause happened. Yeah.
Once again, a lot of inefficiency at the beginning here, and this is playing into the hands of B, because right now B's got a much more respectable eco than MarineLorD does. Sure thing, B is still in Dark Age, but unless MarineLorD is able to do some damage at the beginning over here, the escalation is going to be much more rapid by B.
Clearly, MarineLorD is a very big B fan, and he's, like, really shy and, like, kind of panicking now. He's like, oh my god, B, I'm such a big fan. Please don't do the whole rushy thing to me that you do in 9 out of 10 games with different formats that I'm not familiar with, but we'll get underway with it. No, I don't know. This doesn't seem like the calm, cool-headed MarineLorD. That's a weird little whoopsie-daisy out of him. One that I wouldn't expect on his signature civ in the first 5 minutes, but shows you just something unorthodox like an outpost in the French build really can throw you off.
Indeed. And as you said, this is his signature civilization, so losing this game would be painful for numerous reasons. First of all, this is the neutral map. Second, it's his signature civilization, so losing a game with that and then having left to play, your slightly weaker civilizations is gonna be a concern. And you see he's trying to sneak a dock up there. Fishing ships can't kill ships, but they can kill the villagers. And once again, MarineLorD's plans fall apart over here because that dock should never go up.
No. It's just impossible. 7 damage per fishing boat, 50 health on these villagers. He's trying to be crafty, but you just don't have the bonus damage. Like, this is the issue. MarineLorD, the more he fixates on this, the worse he's going to be for it. We talked about this in the pregame. Like, this was probably going to happen, but it was going to expose 2 economies potentially. Like, you just had to choose a different target. You could actually opt into archers and start sniping down these boats. I actually quite like that idea, because if B's going to do that standard spearman spam, it'll also counter that out in addition. And there it is. Spearman queued up.
MarineLorD also working towards stone over here. Could be just for arrow slit emplacements, could be for a second town center. But B is also reaching fuel age, and this is the period that B had to buffer up. We have seen that before against BSTQD, that this first, like, let's say 7-8 minutes is the hardest part of the game for the Delhi when you're playing a strategy like this. It's just gonna get easier and easier for B as we move deeper and deeper into this game.
Let's see, is B going to innovate on what he usually does, or is this now going to be outpost spears and maybe some sort of pepper and arrows in the fishing boats? That's the beautiful thing, actually. Once you reach this mass, like, you don't need to build any aggressive ships. You just build more economy ships. I actually like it, to be honest, Lidakor, because I don't remember the last time I saw fishing boat spam for the Delhi do anything.
Yeah, it's not something you see every day for sure.
We used to. We used to see it literally every day. Like, remember when Confluence was in rotation? Good lord.
I mean, you're talking about Confluence.
There's more issues to talk about than just fish spam, that's for sure, yeah. Oh dear, oh dear. It's hard to remember a day when we had so many maps on our map pool. What is it now, 6? Good
I
lord.
still remember the days when I was casting Confluence games which had the bridges, like the old bridges. Now, Confluence has bridges again, but for some time bridges were replaced with the actual crossings. The old Confluence, where you could hide demolition ships under the bridges, and those were the tactical nuke demos.
I miss them. I miss them so much. I don't think anyone's surprised to hear me say that anymore. I'm going to keep petitioning for their return.
Yeah, I mean, we went to the other side of things, right? Like, we had those crazy tactical nuke demolition ships. Now you have, the firecracker demos. It's not good either way.
Yeah, we need something in between. Hopefully we'll eventually get to that. But you know what? For now, the French are going to get to something all too typical. The Knights are arriving. But B, already building a heavy sum of spears and horsemen, will be ready to fight.
And a problem for MarineLorD is that you were saying that Knights are arriving, but look at those numbers. You got 2 of those bad boys only, whereas for B,
what?
I mean, he already had...
Did he just bribe those spearmen? Like, yeah, we'll look the other way.
Yeah,
I didn't
like
that guy working the goal line anyway.
He's like, do we want to fight? No.
If the knight comes here, he's not going to go elsewhere, so at least we'll know where he is. If we lose track of him, we can just follow the screams of dead Delhi villagers.
7 horsemen already out there. Like, we're reaching the point where B's army, just the horseman itself, is gonna be enough to overpower the 2 knights that MarineLorD has. And MarineLorD's army composition right now, not looking spectacular, if I may say so. 2 archers, 2 knights, 1 spearman. Could be how a joke starts. And for B, he's apparently playing the good old-fashioned no upgrades with Delhi build.
Like any good old classic joke, it might just end in a pub, because MarineLorD might need a big one to drink down after this, because this has to be pretty annoying. Like, it feels like he's just dipping his toe in every possible French build, not sure where to land, and oops.
Are those villagers?
Easy pinched.
No, like, at least 1 scout. There were 3 units inside, I think. Double scout for sure. I'm not sure if there was anyone else accompanying in them. But anyways, now MarineLorD has lost his scouts.
Also, keep in mind, MarineLorD's like all over the place in terms of what he's building. We've talked about the spearmen, the archers, the knights. He's dipping into the stone, but he doesn't actually have any use for it now as these outposts are being cleaned up. He can't think about a secondary TC. He's being outmassed. Like, I don't want to be Mr. Negative Man and say, call it, but like, I don't see a move. All right, he's coach, he says. GG called. I don't blame him. There's literally no way back. Like, to me, MarineLorD, this is not the decisive French lab we're used to seeing. This is not the dominant force on the French. B offered up a proposal of fishing, and MarineLorD scrambled for an answer which he could never obtain.
B wins the game in less than 11 minutes. Once again, makes me think about the joke that MarineLorD made when B was losing to Wham on this map under 10 minutes. MarineLorD was like, please don't die in 5 minutes, I'm making food. And then B is like, okay, I'm gonna show you how you can die on this map in 5 minutes time. And that is exactly what he did. Swift victory here on Cauldron, takes the lead 1-0.